Hey y'all. Thanks for stopping by. Stay tuned and see how I made these cute little faux eyeball cake pops. I think these would be so cute on a little Halloween platter or tray, cake stand, or even in a coffee mug for Halloween decor. What do you guys think? Stay tuned and check it out. Okay, let's make some Halloween faux eyeball cake pops. Okay, so what I'm going to use to make these, I got this at Hobby Lobby. Now the Dollar Tree does sell the styrofoam balls. The difference with their styrofoam balls is they are not the smooth foam. For this project, I tried it with the other. It just wasn't giving me the look that I like. These are easy to paint. That is what you want. So for this project, I definitely recommend the smooth foam ball. This is number 2, which is the 2-inch foam balls. Okay, so that's first and foremost. These forks found at the Dollar Tree, you get 12 in a pack for $1.25. These are some stickers I found at the Dollar Tree. They're kind of 3D. They're like not flat. They're raised. And these are going to be my pupils. Originally, when I bought them, I thought I'll paint black over them because I just needed them for the size. And I might still do that. I might leave some of them kind of like monster eyes. Like, I don't know. They might be kind of fun for Halloween, like the green. So we'll see. We'll see if I paint those. But for now, oh wait, you know what would be cool? If you do like a line, like a snake eye. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. But that might be interesting. So you could just be creative with that. And then whatever color you want the iris of your eyeballs to be, I have, this is foam, leftover foam sheet paper. I have orange. I've got, it's these. They're all scraps. I use them from other things, but the glitter foam sheet, whatever colors you choose. We'll just see what I use because I'm just gonna kind of wing this as I go along, and I will document the process. If it is a success, then you will see this. If it's not a success, this will just stay with me. Oh, and for the size of your iris, I got a water bottle lid cap because that's about the dimension that I want. So this is going to be my little pattern, you know. I had a little hole punch that was this exact size, but my foam sheet was too thick, so it wouldn't go through. So what I'll do is just literally press that in and then cut it out. There you go. Okay, first, before the fun part, is the messy part. I need to make something to cover this foam that will look like I dipped it in white chocolate because I want these to look like a faux cake pop dessert. And in order to get that, here is what I came up with, what I'm going to try. I'm going to mix my Dollar Tree all-purpose caulk with some acrylic paint and good old Mod Podge. So I'm gonna come up with a consistency of how this may work, and let's give it a go. Maybe I'll put it in my hand when I press the fork in so it doesn't get a flat. I'm just holding the prongs of the fork. Is that what it's called? And the ball. And I'm just very firmly pressing into it because I do not want to snap my fork. I feel like that could happen very easily. I'm just trying to smooth it out a little bit better because that popsicle stick wasn't like the best way to mix it. Okay, I'm just like trying to like spread it off the paintbrush as I just kind of move it around. And I'm really hoping that my Mod Podge will take care of most of the little lines. But for here, I want it to kind of just ooze onto the fork a little bit. Because I feel like if this was real white chocolate and I was dipping it in, that's how it would look. So I kind of want it to be realistic. I saw this idea. I went on Pinterest and I put Halloween cake pops. And these were one of the first things that popped up. And they were eyeballs on a fork. And they were real cake. And I thought, well, I can't bake. I mean, I can, but that's a lot of effort. Let me try to fake. Once I get this entire styrofoam ball covered with my paint mixture, I'm going to let it dry in a cup. And while it's drying, I'll get started on the eyeballs. Now I'm going to work on the pupil and iris and then glue it all together tomorrow. Let's try it on one and see what happens. That looks really cool because you can see shimmering like metallic underneath it. This marker is furniture repair marker in the shade black from Dollar Tree. And I believe it comes in a pack of 3 with other shades of brown. Okay, I love that. Yes, that is so pretty. I don't know if you could tell because it's weird with the lighting, but it's like translucent and you see that glitter behind it. So it just looks really fun. Just pushing this water bottle cap. Let's cut that out. Let's do 3 of them. You do like this because these are sticky, but I don't know how sticky they are, so okay, so now that my cake pop balls are completely dry, I'm going to go ahead and glue on my little faux fondant eyeballs. And what I decided I'm going to do after I glue this part on is I would like to add some faux white sprinkles. These are from Amazon. You get a pack of like 12 different colors. It's Maddie Ray's slime sprinkles. I'm going to go ahead and link that down below in the description. Hopefully they are still sold on Amazon. I got these so long ago. But what I'm going to do is after I glue my colored pupils on and irises, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do another coat of that paint. This is totally optional. I just thought it would make it look more like food. My daughters came in and said, why are you making Shrek eyeballs? And it took me a minute to realize what they were talking about. And then I figured out it's because in the movie Shrek, he eats an eyeball with a fork. So these are my Shrek eyeballs. Okay. But I thought, you know, let me make it look a little bit more like cake poppy. Why not add some sprinkles? So we'll go ahead and I will attempt that on camera. Hopefully it works. First thing I'm going to do is take my hot glue gun. I'm just going to carefully, oh, that was a little bit more than I wanted, but I think less is more, but you do want to get it evenly. And then once I do that, I'm laying them down so I can see exactly where I want to position them. And I want it to be lined up in the middle. I'm going to hold down on that little pupil to place it, and then just very carefully push down. The thing I like about doing this with the hot glue gun is the heat from the glue gun kind of melts that foam paper and gives it a little bit of stretch. So that way there's no like creases. You know, when you fold a circle on something round, you get those little lines and creases in them. The hot glue just magically molds it to the styrofoam ball. Then once it's dry, you can go ahead and I'm just gonna wipe off those pesky little glue strings that you get with that glue gun. Okay, so pretty dang cute. I'm not worried about that lift there because I am going to put that paint around it and then sprinkle it. So the lift is not bothering me, but I just think it's adorable. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the other two. And then I'm going to mix up that paint so I can add the sprinkles right away. Because I was thinking if I add the sprinkles first, I wasn't sure how this would lay on top of them, you know? So I'm like, I'll just paint around this part. I want them to line up the same, so that's why I just had them next to each other, pressing down in that center part, and then just kind of using my fingers to spread out the rest of that hot glue to reach the seam, and then using the palm of my hand to just hold it down in place so it has that curve around the styrofoam. It could not get any easier than that. It is super duper easy, and I'm so excited to see what they look like with the faux sprinkles. Okay, so now I'm gonna just add my faux, I'm calling this white chocolate, and it's just a mixture of white paint, Mod Podge, and a little bit of that caulking material that I had when I did the first coat. So I just remixed that up, and I'm just gonna blob it on all over where I want my sprinkles to adhere. So I'm just repainting over everything except that green and black dot. And I'm putting it on pretty thick to really hold on so it doesn't dry too quickly. And so it really just will grasp my sprinkles, and I can lay the sprinkles down flat and it'll look like I made like a truffle, like a white chocolate truffle. So once I applied it, I'm just going to go ahead and take my polymer clay sprinkles, and I'm just going to go around and just sprinkle it all on, all the way around it. And make sure the entire thing is covered. And then I'm just checking to make sure that I didn't miss any spots, shaking the excess off, and I'm just looking around, finding any of those sprinkles that are kind of funky shaped, or sometimes they'll have a curve to them. I just wanted to remove that with tweezers and fill in that spot. So once they've dried up a bit, I've given it like about 10 minutes. Then I'm just very, very gently going around the entire styrofoam ball, and I'm just flattening out those sprinkles that want to stand straight up. I don't like the way that looks, so I just went around, and it's a little bit tacky still, the paint and wet. You can see it on my fingers, but that's okay because it's white paint and white sprinkles, so it doesn't make a difference. I would not have done that if my sprinkles were colored. I would have waited for it to dry much more before I flatten them out, or I would have done it carefully with like a toothpick or a tweezer, but this works just fine. And I'm just kind of moving them around just a little bit, flattening them out so it literally looks like a cake pop rolled in sprinkles. And that is it. Now we just let them dry in a cup. Thank you so much for hanging out and watching my tutorial. I hope you all have a happy, safe, and fun Halloween season. See you next time.